Hello everyone, today we're going to be tackling a common security misconception, and that is that security isn't a single device. Security is a layered system designed to increase effort, risk and exposure at every stage for a burglar. You see, when burglars are scoping out a potential target, the real question they're asking is whether a particular house is worth the effort compared to the next one. And there's something else people often don't realise as well. Burglars will often want to hit more than one house in the same area or the same street. So if one property lights up, makes noise or draws attention, it doesn't just affect that house, it can ruin the entire plan. That's why today I want to break down home security into 3 clear phases and explain why all 3 matter. So let's begin. Right, okay, so let's begin with phase 1. Which is street security. See, this is actually the bit that most people overlook because it's not about gadgets, it's about assessment, right? This is the pre-selection phase. Long before anyone touches your gate or your fence or your door, burglars are assessing streets. They're looking at things like, for instance, street lighting. How lit up is the street that you're on? Are there plenty of lights that are knocking about, or is it, totally dark? Another thing they're going to be asking is how overlooked is everything? Windows pointing out towards the road. Is there plenty of people who'll be able to see them when they're getting up to no good, essentially? Are people coming and going? Is there a lot of activity on the street? Would anyone notice them? Another important one is how many houses have security systems? And it's all about whether the street feels alive or it feels invisible. Is there a neighbourhood watch scheme? Everyone in a group chat, letting everyone know what's going on the street can be incredibly effective. Now here's the key thing with phase 1. You don't fully control it, or at least, not all of it. Street lighting is often down to the council, so you need to get onto them quickly if one of them stops working. You see, neighbour behaviour isn't always in your hands either, and sight lines are sometimes just how the street was built in the beginning. So phase 1 isn't about control, it's about assessment and compensation, because if phase 1 is weak, then phase 2 and phase 3 need to work a lot harder to make up for it. And that's the question I want you to ask yourself and be honest with it. If I stood at the end of your street at 11 p.m, would I feel watched or would I feel invisible? So you understand the value of a pre-selection security. A few years ago, I had a customer in Wallasey. It's not far from me. It's basically just round the corner on the Wirral. He lived in a cul-de-sac with about 5 or 6 other houses. One night, every single house in that cul-de-sac was broken into and turned over, apart from his. Same street, same night, same opportunity. The main difference was that he had an external alarm sounder on his house and the others didn't. Not a single other house did. And he wasn't even home, so it's not like his presence scared them away or anything. Now, I want to be clear here. I wasn't there. I wasn't with the burglars. So I can't prove that that was the exact reason, even though, it just was. But what I can say is visual deterrence matters a lot. It wasn't that his house was impossible to break into. It just looked like the worst option and could ruin their whole plan. And actually, I'm going to go slightly off track here because this really is important. I see comments quite often, especially on the short form content, not really on the long form, but they say things like, burglars don't care about alarms, or they'll just storm in, or they don't give a toss, they don't give a monkeys about alarm systems. And honestly, that could not be further from the truth. I've been in this industry for almost 12 years and burglar alarms have been around for decades for good reason. If they didn't work, they just simply wouldn't exist. Burglars aren't these tough, fearless SAS type soldiers with night vision and goggles and a plan they'll follow no matter what. That's just not reality. In reality, they're usually just nervous, on edge, very risk averse. They hate being disturbed, they hate noise, they hate lights, and they hate not being in control. The reason I think this is important to say is because I don't want anyone not taking their security seriously because they think it's pointless because, Dave down the pub told them that burglars don't care. Trust me, burglars care, burglars hate security, burglars get scared by it. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, even though it's slightly off topic, it's to ensure that you put your own good security measures in place and to understand that burglars hate security, so don't leave yourself vulnerable. Right, let's get back on track before I start babbling on about another story because, I've got loads of them. Let's get on to phase 2. Phase 2 is external security. This is the approach and commitment phase. This is where most burglars decide whether your house is a target or not. This is where things like external lighting comes into play, you know, your own external lighting that's on your house, security lighting. You know, is your house well lit? If someone was to approach it, or are they completely bathed in darkness, meaning they can sneak about without being seen? And there's a psychology effect, you know, with lighting that people often overlook. But if a burglar gets lit up, they know that people can see them, but they can't see you, and they hate that. And honestly, usually that alone is enough to make them scarper. Right, let's get on to the next one. External alarm devices. Do you have, you know, external alarm detection around your home? For example, on my DIY wireless security system, the Godfather security system, we have wireless outdoor motion sensors that you can add onto your system. Amazing for places like back gardens or side passageways, you know, where someone shouldn't be approaching when you've got the system set. Sensors see them, trigger the alarm, and it scares them off long before they even get close. Leave a link in the description below in case you want to go and take a look. Right, on to the next one. Shrubbery. So, what do I mean by shrubbery? Because this is often something that's not really, you know, thought about a lot. I'm talking about things like your plants and your bushes, and if they're not cut back so it's neat and tidy, it can sometimes provide amazing cover for a burglar. They can hide behind overgrown bushes and hedges and moving closer and closer to your home without being detected, even if you've got security measures in place, because those security measures can't see them. Next one. Oh, I have to get low. External alarm sounders, you know, we've briefly covered this already, but an external alarm sounder is one of the devices that covers more than one phase, with it being a great visual deterrent that you have control over. So with this one, ask yourself, do you have an external sounder on your home? And more importantly, what kind of condition is it in? This is something people often don't think about, because if it's like 20 or 30 years old and it's falling apart, it's not doing a great deal in forms of a visual deterrent. You need a modern sounder, ideally with a flashing LED. Worst case scenario, you could get a decoy, you know, a fake one, put an LED in it. It's better than nothing. Right, on to the next one for phase 2, CCTV. So why is CCTV important? Well, there's a couple of reasons, to be honest. And one, of course, is you've got a recording of the event. So if anything was to happen, you know, and the camera quality is good enough, you can use it in a court of law to hopefully press charges on the people that have done something to you or to your property. But there's another psychology angle when it comes to CCTV. Burglars hate the thought of unknowingly being watched. So if they see cameras pointing at them and they don't know if you're watching them, and you could be on your phone calling the police, that uncertainty makes them very uneasy. It's not necessarily enough on its own, but it's part of a broader security setup. Cameras are fantastic. So now we're going to move on to phase 3. Phase 3 is internal security. This is your next line of defense, specifically internal alarm equipment. This comes into things like door and window contacts, you know, to protect entry points. Things like internal motion sensors that can cover large areas with just one device. Sirens, you know, for the audible alerts. App alerts to your phone. Great feature, you know, for modern systems, that you can get app alerts straight to your device to alert you anything's going on, whether you're home or not. Shock sensors, vibration sensors, also known as, you know, to go on to, say, back doors and windows to monitor vibrations. And of course, an old trusty panic button, which you can now press these inside smart apps as well, smart systems. You can press a button in there as well as just the buttons you press, the old school type. These kind of security system devices all come together to create a solid intrusion detection space. Internal security is about immediate detection, immediate awareness, and giving you time to react. Sirens are incredibly effective. Burglars run a mile when they go off, and with things like lighting and alerts to your phone, you're making it a nightmare for a burglar. Psychologically, it becomes overwhelming for them. And remember to alarm things like garages and sheds and outhouses. You can do this easily with my DIY security system because it's wireless. You can just learn the sensors onto the system and then go and put them in those areas. In the past, it would have been difficult because getting a cable to these places could sometimes have been a nightmare, but often valuables and things are kept in these locations. Burglars know this and will often try and attempt to go for these areas thinking it's a safer option for them, and that's not as likely to be alarmed. So when you look at this as a whole, every phase you strengthen increases the risk for the burglar. It means more effort for them, which they hate because they're lazy, more exposure, more chance of them being noticed and therefore not getting what they want, which is exactly our aim to stop them. Good security works by stacking friction, not by relying on one single phase. If you want help strengthening your security, that's exactly what systems like the Guardfather security system are designed to do. But regardless of what you choose, try to make sure you're assessing all three phases and put solid security measures in place. I'll list it all down in the description so you've got a list of all of it. And as always, thanks for watching.